Sir, reference ആദ്യം ചീഫ് അല്ലേ? Tolerance.
Well, my esteemed brother and sister judges, respected former judges, Honorable Justice M. Ramachandran and Justice S. Jagan, Learned Advocate General, Learned Additional Advocates General, Learned Deputy Solicitor General of India, Chairman Bar Council of Kerala, President of the Kerala High Court Senior Advocate Association, President of the Kerala High Court Advocates Association, President of the Kerala Women Lawyers, law officers of the state and the central governments, respected senior advocates, members of the bar, representatives of the Clerks Association, registrars and other officers, staff of the registry. We have assembled here to mourn the sad demise of Justice Vinod Kumar Bali, former judge of the Punjab and Haryana High Court, Rajasthan High Court, and Chief Justice of this court, who left us for his seventh abode on 25th of December 2022. He was born on 24th January 1945 to Sri Diwan Chand Bali, an illustrious lawyer. Following the footsteps of his father, he graduated in law from the Punjab University in 1967. He started his legal profession in the district courts, Colonel in Haryana, and thereafter shifted his practice to the High Court of Punjab and Haryana at Chandigarh in 1973. Recognizing his legal acumen In January 1987, he was designated as a senior advocate at a very young age of 42 years. He extensively practiced in civil, criminal, and labor laws and was known for his special expertise in all these branches of law. In the year 1991, he was elevated as a judge of the Punjab and Haryana High Court and continued as such till 27th February 2005. Thereafter, he was transferred to Rajasthan High Court. While serving as judge of the Punjab and Haryana High Court at Chandigarh, Justice Bali was the executive chairman of the State Legal Service Authority. He had shown keen interest in holding a number of Lok Adalats and legal aid camps. On January 22, 2006, Justice Bali was transferred and appointed as Chief Justice of this court and continued up to 23rd January 2007, exactly for 1 year. Though his tenure as Chief Justice was only for a period of 1 year, it was filled with many important events as far as High Court of Kerala is concerned. The prestigious and magnificent new High Court building was inaugurated on 11th February 2006. The then Chief Justice of India, Mr. Justice Y.K. Sabharwal. 2006 was a golden year of the establishment of the High Court of Kerala, and a year-long celebrations and its final validity functions were arranged under the able leadership of Honorable Justice Bali. On the judicial side, he took the lead for reducing the pendency of cases through judicial processes as well as alternate dispute resolution mechanisms. It is pertinent to mention that all the 118 full bench cases and one larger bench case pending before this High Court were finally heard and disposed of during his tenure. Justice Bali gave top priority for the disposal of cases in which senior citizens were involved and cases relating to family disputes, atrocities against women and children, and cases in which accused were in custody. It also given top priority for the disposal of the oldest cases pending both on the civil and criminal side. On the administrative side, Justice Bali maintained an excellent rapport with the state government and got sanctioned several administrative posts for the High Court and for the Kerala Judicial Academy for toning up judicial administration. In order to help the advocates and the clerks in resolving a lot of problems in the daily work, and also for the smooth functioning of the day-to-day affairs of the High Court, Justice Bali took great initiatives, and permission was granted for the construction of the High Court Advocates Chamber Complex in the whole High Court compound, which was a cherished ambition of the lawyer fraternity. It was during his tenure, Kerala Judicial Academy was inaugurated at Ram Mohan Palace. Justice Bali took efforts for establishment of a permanent Lok Adalat, the High Court, presided over by the Honorable retired judges of this court, which was also a milestone in the history of the justice delivery system in the High Court of Kerala. On attaining age of superannuation, after a brief stint of 1 year, Justice Bali retired from service on 23rd January 2007. After retirement between 2007 and 2012, Justice Bali was served as the chairman of the principal bench of the Central Administrative Tribunal, New Delhi. Thereafter, from 2012, he was practicing in the Honorable Supreme Court. He was also empaneled as an arbitrator with the Delhi Arbitration Center. As a Chief Justice of this court, he had delivered many important and landmark judgments on various subjects. To cite a few, in Korean Resi versus State of Kerala, reported in 2006, 4 KLT 264. Speaking for the full bench, Justice Bali held that a minority education institution has freedom to appoint headmaster of a principle of the choice, and Rule 44(1) of the Kerala Education Rules have no control over the powers conferred under Article 31 of the Constitution. Although such institution is necessarily to involve a rational procedure for selection. In Ahmad Kuti versus State of Kerala and others, reported in 2007, 1 KSC 449. But considering a matter pertaining to strike called for by the Indian Medical Association, speaking for the division bench, Honorable Justice Bali held that adoption of strike by doctors is prohibited. Rule 86 of the Government Servant Conduct Rules 1960, and government, by invoking the provisions of the Essential Services Maintenance Act 1994, can take appropriate action. He also observed that in a noble profession, which is totally service oriented, strike should not be resorted to. In Sundaram versus Palakkad Municipality, reported in 2006 4 KLT 657, the Honorable Division Bench, consisting of Justice Bali, dealing with land acquisition matter, held that when the government may require land for any public purpose, all schemes made by the local authorities, be it a municipality, corporation, or panchayat, or any other local body, would come to end. He also observed that the government has absolute power to acquire land for public purpose. In Forum for Socio-Economic Studies versus Commission of Land Revenue and others, reported in 2006 2 KLJ 186, speaking for the bench, Justice Bali, while interpreting Parks, Playfields, and Open Space Preservation and Protection Act 1968, held that procedural lapses in change of designated area cannot be raised in public interest litigation, especially when the change done is for the public. Though his tenure in this court as Chief Justice was only for a period of 1 year, Justice Bali is fondly remembered by the bar and the bench because of his sincere effort in reducing the backlog of cases through judicial process and also resorting to alternate redressal dispute mechanisms. More than 85,000 cases were disposed of by this court during his short tenure of 1 year. Justice Bali was endowed with rare qualities of human compassion, looked after the interest of both the bench and the bar, staff of this court, and also maintained a good rapport with the honorable retired judges. Welfare of the district judiciary was also one of his prime consideration. Justice Bali is survived by his wife, Mrs. Kusum, son, Mr. Puneet Bali, and daughter, Mrs. Charu Bali. Along with the bereaved, we deeply mourn the demise of Honorable Justice V.K. Bali, then Chief Justice of this court. May his soul rest in peace.
The Honorable the Chief Justice of Kerala, Mr. Justice S. Manikumar, Honorable Judges of the High Court of Kerala, former Judges of the High Court of Kerala who are present here, the President of the Kerala High Court Advocates Association, Chairman of the Bar Council of Kerala, President Kerala High Court Senior Advocates Association, the President Kerala Federation of Women Lawyers Kerala High Court Unit, law officers of the state, Deputy Solicitor General, Senior Central Standing Counsel, taxes and other law officers of the central government, senior advocates, esteemed fellow members of the bar, Registrar General, registrars and staff of the High Court, staff of the Advocate General's office, advocate clerks, ladies and gentlemen. Most erudite, dispassionately independent, and absolutely unbiased, His Lordship Justice Mr. Justice Vinod Kumar Bali, former judge of the High Courts of Punjab and Haryana, as well as of Rajasthan and former Chief Justice of this Honorable Court could be befittingly described thus. But His Lordship, who left for his heavenly abode on 25/12/22, would also certainly be remembered by the bar, particularly the lawyering community of Kerala, for the fraternal consideration that His Lordship always had for the brethren in black robes on the other side of the bench. His Lordship evidently contemplated the bar and bench to be the two wheels of a chariot, supplementing and complementing each other. His Lordship always made room for the genuine concerns of the bar and ardently believed that the bench would not be able to perform its duty without the support and cooperation of the bar. His Lordship, late Mr. Justice Vinod Kumar Bali, was born on 24 January 1945 in the erstwhile British India, within the geographic boundaries of the present-day Pakistan. During the partition, His Lordship's family moved on to the erstwhile Punjab state and finally got settled in Karnal district, which is now in subsequently formed state of Haryana. His Lordship graduated from the Dayal Singh College, Karnal, Haryana, and obtained degree in law in 1967 from the Law Department of the Punjab University. His Lordship was a keen sportsman in his school and college days, the spirit of which he carried all through his life. Cricket and golf were His Lordship's sports and favorite games. Immediately on acquiring law degree, His Lordship, in the footsteps of his father Divan Chand Bali, a renowned advocate, particularly on the criminal trial side, started practicing in the various courts at the District Court Center, Karnal. An avid public speaker, gifted with chiseled communication skills, His Lordship had a natural flair for the legal profession. This, coupled with systematic hard work, helped His Lordship to carve a niche for himself in the Karnal bar, and very soon His Lordship became a name to be reckoned with therein. His Lordship shifted practice to the High Court of Punjab and Haryana at Chandigarh in 1973. In the High Court, His Lordship practiced on all branches of law and specialized in constitutional service, labor and industrial disputes and criminal matters. That His Lordship was designated as a senior advocate in 1987, when His Lordship had barely reached the age of 42 years, speaks volumes for His Lordship's enterprise, excellence and success in his practice at the High Court. His Lordship was elevated as a judge at the Punjab and Haryana High Court on 15/3/1991 and continued as such till 27/2/2005, when His Lordship was transferred to the High Court of Rajasthan. Scores of judgments authored by His Lordship on matters touching upon myriad branches of law as a judge at the Punjab and Haryana High Court included more than 20 full bench judgments. His Lordship was sworn in as the Chief Justice of this Honorable Court on 22nd January 2006. During His Lordship's one-year tenure as Chief Justice of this Honorable Court, more than 85,000 cases, inclusive of 118 full bench cases, were disposed of, and arrears of the cases were reduced by around 15,000. His Lordship decided scores of criminal appeals and revisions, a task rarely ventured into by Chief Justices from outside the state on account of the difficulties in deciphering the voluminous depositions and other records in the vernacular language. His Lordship's tenure as Chief Justice of this Honorable Court coincided with its Golden Jubilee, as well as the time of shifting of the High Court from nearby Ram Mohan Palace to this grandiose building. The Golden Jubilee of this Honorable Court was celebrated with all pomp and splendor. His Lordship enthusiastically leading from the front to organize the same. The nearby Kerala High Court Advocates Association Golden Jubilee Chamber Complex stands as a towering testimony to His Lordship's consistent concern for the needs of the bar. His Lordship, as the then Chief Justice of this Honorable Court, had a pivotal role in enabling the putting up of chambers close to this High Court building. His Lordship retired as Chief Justice of this Honorable Court on 24th January 2007, on attaining the age of superannuation. I vividly remember the send-off accorded to His Lordship by the Advocates Association the day of retirement. The entire auditorium was unprecedentedly overcrowded by lawyers who literally thronged therein just to have a glimpse of their outgoing Chief Justice. That showed the love and affection which His Lordship commanded from the High Court bar. Certainly, that was an act of voluntary reciprocation of the bar to the Chief Justice, who was their guardian angel. From 2007 to 2012, His Lordship was the chairman of the Central Administrative Tribunal Principal Bench, New Delhi. His Lordship was practicing as a senior advocate at Supreme Court since 2012 and was also empaneled as arbitrator with Delhi International Arbitration Center. His Lordship headed the Claims Commission constituted by the Government of Punjab in 2012 to decide on compensation for public as well as private property destruction during the violence in Jalandhar and adjoining districts in 2009. His Lordship also inquired into the Moga molestation case of 2015 after the Punjab government appointed him for the same. His Lordship is survived by his wife Kusum Bali, his daughter Charu Bali, an additional Director General rank officer in the Haryana Police, his son Puneet Bali, a senior advocate, and son-in-law Sandeep Kharwar, a senior Indian Police Service officer of the Haryana cadre. I share the grief of the family over His Lordship's bereavement. I express and place on record a deep sense of gratitude for His Lordship's contribution to the judiciary and extend my deepest condolences for the loss. I pay my respectful homage to the departed soul. May His Lordship's soul rest in peace.
Honorable Chief Justice of Kerala High Court, Mr. Justice S. Manikumar, Honorable Judges of the Kerala High Court, Advocate General Sri K. Gopalakrishna Kurup, Additional Advocate General Sri K. P. Jayendran and Sri Ashok M. Charya, Director General of Prosecution Sri T. A. Shaji, Additional Director General of Prosecution Gracious Priyaco, State Attorney S. Manoj Kumar, Deputy Solicitor General Sri S. Manu, Senior Advocates Association President Sri N. N. Sugunabalan, Senior Central Government Standing Council Taxes, Chairman of the Bar Council of Kerala Sri K. N. Anil Kumar, Secretary of the Kerala High Court Sri Naveen T. P. K. Shandama, President of the Kerala Federation of Women Lawyers, respected former judges of this court, and Justice Sri Jagan, respected senior lawyers, esteemed members of the bar, Registrar General and Registrars of the court, law officers of the state and central government, staff of this court, advocates, clerks, and my dear friends. Today we have assembled here to lament for the sorrowful departure of one of the finest, humble, brave, and emeritus judges of the Indian judiciary, who retired as the Chief Justice of this Honorable High Court. I am fortunate to say that I have had the privilege to appear before His Lordship many times, and I remember the gratitude, the care, and encouragement that he has showered on me as a young lawyer of the bar. I speak on behalf of the entire legal fraternity when I say that the untimely demise of Justice Bali has caused an irreparable and irrevocable loss that can never be recouped. I hope the young lawyers seated here, who were not fortunate to witness Justice Bali, have gotten an idea of His Lordship's professional aliveness from the beautiful and meaningful lines rendered by the Honorable Chief Justice and the respected Advocate General. Justice Bali's beginning was as simple as any other legal professional who had the commitment and passion to the profession that helped him to be elevated as the judge of the Punjab and Haryana High Court in the year 1991. Thereafter, Justice Bali was transferred to Rajasthan and also served as the chairman of Rajasthan State Legal Service Authority. Later on, we were blessed enough to have His Lordship as the Chief Justice of our Honorable High Court from 22/1/2006 till his retirement on 24/1/2007. Post-retirement of Justice Bali, we were extremely happy to see him as the chairman of Central Administrative Tribunal in the year 2007 itself. During his 16-year-long judgeship, Justice Bali established himself as a judge of commitment, knowledge, and empathy. Several of His Lordship's judgments in different branches of law contain sample testimony to the quality and capacity of a good judge. During His Lordship's tenure, Justice Bali has decided many constitutional matters along with several other litigations touching other branches of law. All of us known Honorable Justice Bali in a variety of roles, depending on the interaction and intimacy that we had with him. A loving husband to Mrs. Bali, a great father to his children, an excellent lawyer for his litigants, a prudent and undaunted judge for those in need of justice, a great mentor for many beginners, and a trustworthy companion for his friends. In short, Justice Bali was a complete human being. Upon reflecting, what I would say about the uniqueness of Justice Bali, I have chosen as best as I know how to stay away from trite expressions. Instead of my desire is for you to see through the eyes of the then young lawyers of the bar who are still living to love, appreciate, and honor him as they have grown older in their profession. Honorable Justice Bali had a magical way of bringing joy every time when he walked into the courtroom. I refuse to believe that none of us who had the opportunity to appear before him could forget his warm approach and pleasant smile. I will always keep close to my heart that duties and lessons he taught me in many occasions where I had the opportunity to interact with him as a lawyer and the representatives of the lawyer fraternity. Justice Bali was always open to the needs of the lawyers, especially that of the young generation. I have had personal experience to endorse the same while we were denied permission to park our vehicles in front of the High Court building. And he redressed our grievance within minutes immediately after it was brought to his notice without waiting for the routine lengthy procedural formalities. Justice Bali also had a healthy dose of common sense and never lost sight of fairness and justice, even in the midst of unwarranted criticisms. Justice Bali was often passionate about his beliefs and always courageous in defending them. It is important to remember that he never forgot how cardinal it is for a judge to have a measure of humility. Justice Bali always listened and considered other points of view and was not afraid to change his mind when he thought it was right to do so. On this day, I would like to recollect the full court reference given to Justice Bali on attaining his superannuation while he was serving us as the Chief Justice of this Honorable High Court. This courtroom was unprecedentedly jam-packed, and we all witnessed the reference of Justice Bali with tears and painful heart. In my memory, Justice Bali was a remarkable judge. He got a standing ovation immediately after the reference, even though that is not a practice in our High Court. That shows the unique cordial relationship that he had with the members of our esteemed association. I'm pretty sure that the emotions of the lawyers on that day were so spontaneous, and that is only because of the care, love, and affection he showered on the legal fraternity, especially to the members of the Kerala High Court Advocates Association. I have often heard that what makes life enjoyable is its nature of mortality. Life wouldn't be as precious and measurable as it is to us if we could simply add more time to our physical existence. What will be remembered is the legacy one leaves behind for the generations to follow. And the life of Justice Bali undoubtedly reiterate the same. Justice Bali, who had the passion and courage to take everything in a lighter sense, might have taken the brutality of death also in a lighter way, like a soothing song. When we hear the name of Justice Bali, if you are like me, there is no single word to choose from. Caring, strong, humorous, motivational, empathetic, and exceptional are a few adjectives that comes to my mind when I think of Justice Bali. Justice Bali is survived by his wife Kusum Bali, daughter Charu Bali, an ADGP rank officer in Haryana Police, and his son Puneet Bali, a senior advocate. For them, the sad demise of Justice Bali is an irreparable loss and never-ending agony. May the God Almighty give them strength and courage to live happily in the beautiful memory of Justice Bali instead of dwelling on the vacuum that Justice Bali's demise has left behind. May I take this opportunity to request your Lordship, Chief Justice, to direct the registry of this court to convey our heartfelt condolence to the bereaved family. May his soul rest in peace.
As a mark of respect to the departed soul, we shall now stand in silence for 2 minutes. The registry shall convey the condolence message of the bar at the bench to the members of the buried family. Judicial work of the High Court shall stand suspended till 11 a.m. today.